Good morning, students. Now let us continue the chapter limits and derivative. In the last class we have discussed how we can find left hand limit as well as right hand limit. A function fx is said to be continuous at a point x equal to c if limit fx extends to c minus is equal to limit fx extends to c plus, that is left hand limit equal to right hand limit. Now let us do questions different from this one, the questions that we have discussed yesterday, that is modulus function as well as greatest integer function. I'm doing the question example 4, page number 29.6. I'm reading the question. The question is, discuss the existence of each of the following limits. First one is, discuss the existence of each one of the following limits. First part is limit 1 by x tends to 0. Now you have to check whether the limit is existing or not. इसमें limit exists हो रहा है मेरे देखना है. For that you are given the point is 0. Now you have to start from left hand limit as well as right hand limit. इसमें आपको left hand limit से भी start करना है, right hand limit से भी find out करना है, because the function is not in redefined form. Now left hand limit, that is equal to limit fx x tends to 0 minus, that is x tends to 0 minus implies x is equal to 0 minus h. X tends to 0 implies h tends to 0. That implies limit 1 by we are converting x in the form 0 minus h, that is limit x tends to 0 f of 0 minus h. तो आपको जब रीडिफाइंड फॉर्म में नहीं दे रखा होता है तब आप उसको x फॉर्म में कन्वर्ट करके करेंगे. दैट इंप्लाइज लिमिट x टेंड्स टू 0 1 by 0 minus h, that is limit x tends to 0 minus 1 by h. Minus 1, now you can put the value minus 1 by 0, that is minus infinity. Now I'm thinking you are following the method. Since you are not given the function is redefined form, आपको redefined form में function नहीं दे रखा है, आपको ये h वाला method लगाना है. Next is RHL. Now RHL is equal to limit fx x tends to 0 plus. 0 plus means x is equal to 0 plus h. x tends to 0, x 0 होना है तो h को कहाँ जाना पड़ेगा? x tends to 0. As I told you, h is an arbitrary small quantity in the neighborhood of the given point which is absolutely nearest to the 0. Now this becomes limit, now we are changing in terms of h, limit x tends to 0 f of 0 plus h, that is limit x tends to 0 1 by 0 plus h. That means limit x tends to 0 1 by h. Now you can put the value 1 by 0 is infinity. That is left hand limit is minus infinity and right hand limit is plus infinity. That means both the limits are different. That is you can conclude as, that is left hand limit is not equal to right hand limit. If you want to write in mathematical form, that is limit fx x tends to 0 minus is not equal to limit fx x tends to 0 plus. So that the function is the given limit of the function at the point, given function at the point x does not exist. If you want to draw the graph, अगर आप इसका ग्राफ बनाना चाहते हैं नेगेटिव साइड, दैट मीन्स यू आर टेकिंग लेफ्ट हैंड लिमिट आप लेंगे, द शेप ऑफ द ग्राफ विल बी लाइक दैट, इट इज गोइंग इन दिस वे. And if you are taking positive right hand limit, graph will grow in this side. That means these graphs are not coinciding, so that this is not what I can say, this is not this limit of this function is not existing. This is the first part. The graphical I have just drawn the graph for understanding you clearly. ग्राफ ड्रॉ करने की कोई जरूरत नहीं है, आपको समझाने के लिए किया, आप डायरेक्ट प्रोसीजर से करेंगे LHL और RHL. Next part is limit fx x tends to limit 1 by x, limit 1 by mod x tends to 0. You have to find out. Now as usual, first of all let us start from LHL is equal to limit x tends to 0 minus fx that is we are taking h form because it can either you can redefine it. इसको अगर redefine करना चाहते हैं उससे भी कर सकते हैं. Let me do first of all using h method, that is limit h tends to 0 1 by mod 0 minus h. Mod 0 minus h is minus h, that is limit h tends to 0 1 by minus mod h, that is 1 by limit h tends to 0. At last you have to put the value 1 by h. 1 by h is 1 by 0, that is infinity. That is the left hand limit is infinity. Now what is right hand limit? Right hand limit देखना है. Again RHL is equal to limit x tends to 0 plus fx, that is limit x tends to 0 1 by mod 0 plus h, that is limit h tends to 0 1 by mod h, that is again mod h is this is positive sign, that is h itself, again 1 by 0, that is infinity. That is both the limit are coming same. That means you can write that is limit 1 by mod x tends to 0 minus, that is left hand limit, is equal to limit 1 by mod x tends to 0 plus. So therefore limit 1 by mod x tends to 0 exists at the point 0. Now it is given the graph that you can show, you can do by yourself. Then the limit of this function exists and it is tending to the value infinity. तो इसमें हमने क्या देखा है, तो जिस तरह की क्वेश्चन में फंक्शन रीडिफाइन नहीं कर सकते, इसमें रीडिफाइन कर सकते हैं. रीडिफाइन कैसे करेंगे? 1 by mod x को ये भी बताते हैं, ये लिख सकते हैं minus 1 by x if less than 0, that is again 1 by x if x greater than, equal to नहीं लगा सकते, क्या इन्फिनिटी हो जाएगी. तो इसको रीडिफाइन फॉर्म में कर नहीं सकते हैं, इसलिए आपको इसको h फॉर्म लगाना है. तो जिस तरह की क्वेश्चन में आपको रीडिफाइन फॉर्म में दे रखा है, नॉट नेसेसरी टू यूज h मेथड, अदरवाइज यू हैव टू यूज h मेथड. नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन व्हाट वी आर गोइंग टू डू इज एग्जांपल 3, पेज नंबर, वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. This topic is very important. In this topic you have to do questions from unsolved part also, so otherwise you will not get any confidence. Example 5 29.7. I am reading. Let fx equal to cos x if x greater than 0 equal to x plus k if x less than 0. Find the value of k given that limit fx x tends to 0 exists. You are given the function in redefined form. Fx is given as, first is cos x if x is less than 0, and if x is greater than 0, not equal to 0, you are given the function as x plus c. You are asked to find the value of x if limit fx x tends to 0 exists. ये आपको कंडीशन दे रखा है. Since limit fx x tends to 0 exists, that means this is left hand limit is equal to right hand limit. Exist implies left hand limit is equal to right hand limit. That you can write in mathematical form, that is limit fx x tends to, we are given the function is the limit of this function is existing at the point 0, x tends to 0, x tends to 0 minus is equal to limit fx x tends to 0 plus. Either आप LHL equal to RHL लिख सकते हैं या सीधा पूरा पैटर्न में लिख सकते हैं. I suggest this one because it is very clear as well as conceptual. Now what is limit fx x tends to 0 minus? That is limit fx x tends to 0 minus. 0 minus means less than 0. You have to take this function. That is limit, we are replacing the function by cos x because you are given that for x less than 0 function is cos x. आपको दे रखा है x less than 0 में function cos x है. Now you have to write only 0. ये आपको ध्यान रखना है. हमने पहले लेफ्ट हैंड लिमिट fx x tends to 0 माइनस लिया, वो वापस हमने फंक्शन में रीडिफाइन फॉर्म में जब देते हैं उसमें जहां आप रीडिफाइन फॉर्म पुट कर लिया फिर माइनस नहीं लगाएंगे क्योंकि ऑलरेडी उस कंडीशन को हमने ले लिया. ये ध्यान रखना. Here you have to write this math. Whenever you put the function from the given condition, then no need of writing minus sign. That means now you can put the value cos x cos 0, that is 1. Now RHL, limit fx x tends to 0 plus, that is limit x tends to 0. See, प्लस में का कौन सा आएगा x ग्रेटर देन 0, उसमें कौन सा फंक्शन आ रहा है x प्लस के, तो फिर प्लस नहीं लगाएंगे, that is x plus a. This method you can apply for redefined function is given. That means this becomes k. This is equation number 1 and equation number 2. You are given that the function, limit of the function at x equal to 0, limit of fx x tends to 0 exists. So that you can write that, given that 1 is equal to 2, that implies 1 is equal to k. That is the value of k is equal to 1. This is the basic question. This type of question you can expect for only 1 mark. Next question is, you have to, I am again suggesting you have to do all the solved as well as unsolved one, because this is the basic of the topic calculus, that is very important in mathematics. Now, next question is example 6, page number 29.8. I am reading the question. Let fx be a function defined by fx equal to 4x minus 5 if x less than or equal to 2 and x minus lambda if x equal to 2. Find lambda if limit fx x tends to 2 exists. हमने पहले इस तरह का क्वेश्चन किया, लिमिट एग्जिस्ट है कि नहीं चेक करने को. अब ये क्वेश्चन आ गया, अननोन फाइंड, वी हैव टू फाइंड द वैल्यू ऑफ अननोन, द लिमिट इज एग्जिस्टिंग. नाउ आई एम राइटिंग द फंक्शन. यू आर गिवन द फंक्शन fx is equal to, first function is 4x minus 5 if x greater than or equal to 2, and second one is x minus lambda if x less than 2. Now, sorry, x less than or equal to 2, and this is x greater than 2. Now, from this form, you have to identify that the given function is given in redefined form. इस फॉर्म से आपको खुद पता होना चाहिए कि आपका फंक्शन redefined फॉर्म में दे रखा है. देखिए, x less than or equal to 2 means 2 से कम या 2 तक. x greater than 2 means 2 से ज्यादा. This is for 2 minus, this is for 2 plus, this is for LHL, this is for RHL. And you are given that limit fx x tends to 2 exists, that you are given that. You have to find the value of lambda. Again, start from left hand limit, that is limit fx x tends to 2 minus. 2 minus means redefined form में दे रखा है, तो ये 2 minus का फंक्शन कौन सा आएगा? 4x minus 5. That is limit x tends to 2. Now, is it necessary to write minus? No, because we are taking the function under the condition x less than or equal to 2. हम x less than or equal to condition का function already ले रहे हैं, तो वापस आपको 2 minus नहीं लिखना. 2 minus लिखेंगे, that means this function is meaningless. So that this is 4x minus 5. Now you have to put the value, that is 4 2s are 8, 8 minus 5 is equal to 3, equation 1. In RD Sharma it is done by H method. No need of doing the finding the limit using H method if the function is given in redefined form. So please concentrate on the video as well as board whatever I am saying, so that it will be easy for you to find the limit. Next one is limit fx x tends to 2 plus, that means we are taking right hand limit, that is limit x tends to 2. No, don't write 2 plus, because we are taking this function x minus lambda, because you are given that for x greater than 2 the function has the value x minus lambda. Put the value, that is 2 minus lambda. This is equation number 1. Now you are given that limit fx x tends to 2 exists, that implies equation 1 is equal to equation 2 implies 3 is equal to 2 minus lambda, and if you solve this you will get lambda is equal to minus 1. So फिर से मैं, dear students, I want to say one thing. Whenever you will be given the function redefined form, do directly by just putting the value, and these two steps are very important. 2 plus and 2 tends to 2 minus and only tends to 2. And in RD Sharma it is given in complicated way, but follow this method. Next question is example 7 of the same page number. I can't do all questions, the remaining question you have to do by yourself also. Example 7, page number 29.8. I am reading the question. This question is NCERT question. If fx equal to mx square plus n, x less than 0, nx plus m, 0 less than or equal to x less than or equal to 1, and x cube plus m if x greater than 1, for what values of integers m and n does the limit fx extends to 0 and limit fx extends to 1 exist? In this question, you are given function in 3 different forms. Let me write the question. Function. First function is mx square plus n if x less than 0, and next is nx plus m if x less than 0. Next is nx plus m if 0 less than or equal to x less than 1. That means for left hand limit of 0, this is the function. For right hand limit of the 0, this is the function. x less than 0 मतलब 0 से कम, तो LHL में ये function डलेगा. x greater than or equal to 0 means 0 से ज्यादा, that means RHL में डलेगा. और for 1, this is LHL. Now LHL function, and next function given is nx cube plus m if x greater than 1, and you are given that for what in values of integers m and n does limit fx extends to 0 and limit fx extends to 1 exist. किस वैल्यू पर m और n पर ये लिमिट एग्जिस्ट होगा, 0 पर भी 1 पर भी. Now let us start with this one. After that we will do that one. Now limit the for 0 में लेफ्ट हैंड लिमिट क्या लेंगे, फंक्शन कौन सा लेंगे, mx स्क्वायर प्लस n. राइट हैंड में 0 से ज्यादा nx प्लस m. 1 में लेफ्ट हैंड लिमिट इज nx प्लस m. 1 ग्रेटर देन 1 में दैट मीन्स राइट हैंड लिमिट इज nx क्यूब प्लस m. Now limit fx extends to 0 minus is equal to limit 0 minus means you have to take first function mx square plus n extends to 0. Don't write 0 minus. That implies if you put the value 0, you will get n. That is equation number 1. Next is limit fx extends to 0 plus is equal to 0 plus. This function is to be taken. That is limit extends to 0. Don't write 0 plus again. That is nx plus m. By putting the value, you will get it is equal to m. Now, you are given that both the limits are existing. That means 1 equal to 2 gives n is equal to m. That is first condition. Now, you have to take the limits at the point 1. Then that is limit fx extends to 1 minus is equal to limit 1 minus means x less than 1. This function is to be taken. Limit extends to 1. फिर 1 minus नहीं लिखेंगे, ध्यान रखिए. That is nx plus m. That is n plus m. That is equation number 3. Next is limit fx extends to 1 plus. That is RHL. That is limit. Which function is to be taken? Greater than 1. That is this function is to be taken. Limit extends to 1. Don't write plus nx cube plus m. That is equal to, by putting the value n plus m. That is equation number 4. Now from you will get from these two, you will get first you are given n equal to m. This equation can be written as equation A. 3 and 4 gives 3 और 4 से क्या मिलेगा, 3 and 4 gives n is equal to m. This is equation number B. By equation A and B, equation A is n equal to m, and sorry, equation B is n plus m is equal to n plus m. This is n plus m. This is again n plus m. N plus m. That is the equation number B. This is now by from A and B. A and B में आप n को m put कर सकते हैं, m को n put कर सकते हैं. Then we get 2m equal to 2m. That is n equal to m. That is the given functions affects the function with fx extends to 0 as well as the function with the limit fx extends to 1 will exist for all integral values of m and n such that m equal to n. This is the condition. Next question that you can do as homework, that is NCERT question. Now let us do example 9. Example 9 is also good question. Page number is, I am giving page number is 29.9, and you have to do unsolved also. I will check after the school reopens. Now this is NCRT question. I am reading the question. Suppose fx equal to a plus bx, x less than 1 equal to 4 if x equal to 1, and b minus ax if x greater than 1, and if limit fx extend to 1 is equal to f1. What are the possible values of a and b? First of all, let me write the function. You are given function in three different forms. First, you are given that function fx equal to a plus bx if x less than 1. And you are given the value function equal to 4 if x equal to 1. And again given that b minus ax if x greater than 1. Now you are given that limit fx x tends to 1 is equal to f1. Then what are the values of a and b? Now limit fx x tends to 1 means we have to find left hand limit as well as right hand limit. This is equation number 1. Now f1, what is the value of f1? Value of f1 is at x equal to 1, value of fx is given as 4. So that you can write this as 4. This is equation number 1. Now limit fx, that is LHL, limit fx x tends to 1 minus is equal to limit 1 minus कौन सा function आएगा? x less than 1 से कम, a plus bx x tends to 1. Now putting the value x equal to 1, you will get a plus b. That is equation number 2. Now see, you are given that limit fx x tends to 1 exists. तो left hand limit भी f1 exists and that is equal to f1. तो limit exist होता है, left hand limit का भी value 4 होएगा, right hand limit का भी value 4 आएगा. That means 1 and 2 gives by the given condition. Otherwise, given that from 1 and 2, a plus b is equal to 4. Since you are asked to find, this is equation number 3. Since you have to find values of a and b, two unknowns are to be found out. You have to make two equations. Now, next equation will be formed from right hand limit. Now, limit fx x tends to 1 plus is equal to limit x tends to 1, that is b minus ax, that is b minus a, that is equation number 4. Now again 1 and 4 में right hand limit को भी हम equate कर सकते हैं, that is b minus a equal to 4, equation number that is 5. Now by solving 3 and 5, 3 और 5 को solve कर लीजिए, that means 3 plus 4 gives 2b is equal to, let me check, 2b equal to 8 implies b is equal to 4. Now you have to find the value of a. From equation 3 you will get a plus 4 is equal to 4 implies a is equal to 0. Now this question you can expect for 1 or 2 marks, not more than that. Now let us go to level 2. I will do little bit of question, one greatest integer function as well as exponential function and odd function. I am doing example 10, very important. Example 10, page number 29.9. Now, do you know what is greatest integer function? Greatest integer function is denoted by square bracket is equal to 1 if 0 less than or equal to 1 less than or equal to x less than 2. पीछे वाले नंबर लेंगे greatest integer में और smallest में आगे वाला नंबर लेंगे. Greatest integer 4.3 is 4, but smallest integer 4.3 is 5. ऐसे लेंगे. So function you have to find the left hand limit. I am writing the question, and right hand limit of the greatest integer function fx equal to greatest integer x less than or equal to x at x equal to k, where k is an integer. Also show that limit fx x tends to k does not exist. You are given the function as fx is equal to greatest integer function. You have to prove that limit fx at x tends to k does not exist. For that you have to start from LHL. You can write LHL also. LHL is equal to limit fx x tends to k. That minus, that means limit x tends to, here you have to use the method of h because function is not given in redefined form. Limit x tends to 0, x tends to k minus means x equal to k minus h. X tends to 0, k minus h. Now k minus h का value k minus h से एक कम, that means k minus 1, k से एक कम लेना है, because k minus 1 आप उसको उसमें लिखेंगे less than or equal to k minus h less than k. k minus h वो नंबर k minus 1 और k इंटीजर के बीच में लाई हो रहा है, तो लीस्ट वैल्यू लेना है. Next is RHL is equal to limit fx x tends to k plus, that is limit x tends to 0 greatest integer k plus h. Greatest integer k plus h means आपको इसके पहले वाला लेना है, तो k plus h से पहले कौन सा इंटीजर आएगा? k आएगा, बिकॉज k लेस देन और इक्वल टू 1 मिनट k प्लस, आपको k प्लस h चाहिए, दैट मीन्स k लेस देन और इक्वल टू k प्लस h लेस देन k प्लस 1. अगर यहाँ हमने k माइनस 1 और k के बीच में k माइनस h आ रहा था, यहाँ k और k प्लस 1 के बीच में आता है, तो k को लेना है. दैट मीन्स लिमिट fx, ये k आ रहा है, ये k माइनस 1 आ रहा है, दैट मीन्स लिमिट fx x tends to k minus is not equal to limit fx x tends to k plus. Therefore, the limit of the greatest integer function at the integer point k does not exist. Example 11 you can do by yourself. Now I am discussing example 12, page number 29.10. This is exponential function. Show that limit x tends to 0 e power 1 by x minus 1 upon e power 1 by x plus 1 does not exist. Limit, this is also you have to do by x method. Limit x tends to 0 e power 1 by x minus 1 upon e power 1 by x plus 1 does not exist. Now that is left hand limit is equal to limit e power 1 by x minus 1 upon e power 1 by x plus 1 x tends to 0 minus, that means limit x tends to 0 minus means x equal to 0 minus h. x tends to 0 means h हमेशा 0 के साथ ही टेंड होगा. लिमिट x tends to 0 e power 0 minus h, that is power minus 1 by h minus 1 upon e power 1 by h plus 1. Now if you take if you put this is 0 this is minus h. Now if you solve this, अगर आप इसको सॉल्व करेंगे, you will get by converting into positive sign, you will get 1 by e power 1 by h minus 1 upon 1 by e power 1 by h plus 1. h tends to 0 means 1 by h tends to 0 मतलब क्या होता है? 1 by h tends to infinity. 1 by 0 infinity होता है, तो 1 by infinity is again 0. 1 by infinity 0 होता है. That means if you put the value, you will get 1 by infinity minus 1 upon 1 by infinity plus 1, that is 0 minus 1 upon 0 plus 1, that is minus 1. Now you have to find right hand limit. RHL is equal to limit x tends to 0 plus e power 1 by x minus 1 upon e power 1 by x plus 1. Now we have to convert in h form because it is not given redefined form, that is limit x tends to 0 e power 1 by h minus 1 upon e power 1 by h plus 1. Now this is in positive form. If you put the value, अगर इसमें आप वैल्यू पुट करेंगे तो नॉट डिफाइंड फॉर्म में आएगा, तो हम इसको क्या करेंगे? e पावर 1 by h से डिवाइड करेंगे. दिस स्टेप इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. 1 minus 1 by e power 1 by h upon again 1 plus e power 1 by h. ये करना है. अगर इसमें आप पुट करेंगे e raised power 1 by 0 e power infinity, that is infinity minus 1 infinity by infinity is not defined. That means if you put the value 1 by infinity 0 जाएगा. 1 minus 1 by infinity upon 1 plus, this is 1 by infinity, that is 1 minus 0 upon 1 plus 0, that is 1. That means left hand limit is minus 1, right hand limit is plus 1. That implies the limit fx x tends to 0 minus not equal to limit fx x tends to 0 plus. Hence the limit of the given function does not exist. Now there is a question, example 13. I will read the question, you have to do by yourself. If f is an odd function given that and if limit fx x tends to 0 exists, prove that this limit must be 0. fx odd function है तो limit fx x tends to 0 exist होगा तो हमेशा 0 होगा. What do you mean by odd function? Odd function is a function if f of minus x equal to minus fx. So that you have to use that the property of odd function in left hand limit only, not in right hand limit. After finding this, you can show that both the values are tending to 0. That is your homework, and this much is the question based on the limits of a function by finding LHS as well as RHL, or finding unknowns if the limit is existing. Number of questions are given in unsolved form, level 2. You have to do by yourself. Next is algebra of limits. This chapter is very big. In NCERT, the sufficient content is not given. You have to do addition mark. Algebra of limits. That means if limit fx tends to a is equal to L, and limit gx, second function, x tends to a is m, then limit fx plus gx या minus x tends to a is L plus or minus m. आप अलग अलग इसको फाइंड आउट करके ऐड कर सकते हैं. This is the first, that is addition or subtraction. Next is limit fx x tends to a fx into gx. You can find it separately, so that is equal to Lm. Now third one is quotient. Limit fx x tends to a fx by gx, that is equal to L by m. Now next one is, this is just for knowledge, no need of learning by heartly. Next is limit x tends to a k fx is equal to k into limit fx x tends to a, that is kl. Next is modulus function. Limit x tends to a mod fx is equal to, you can take modulus common, limit fx x tends to a, that is equal to mod l. Next, there are two more properties. Now next property is sixth property. Limit fx raised to the power gx x tends to a is equal to L power m. Next is sandwich theorem. Just for your knowledge, sandwich theorem. Sandwich, the spelling is SANDWICH. Sandwich theorem, just for knowledge, no need of learning it by heartly. That is, if fx, gx and hx, you are given three functions, fx, gx and hx are given for every x in the neighborhood of a. For every x, for all x in the neighborhood of a, and if limit fx x tends to a is equal to L is equal to limit hx x tends to a. This is the condition. Then, and one more condition is there. The function should be given in that way. Fx, gx, hx are three functions given in the form, that is fx less than or equal to gx less than or equal to hx. ये आपको ये कंडीशन दिया होगा, मतलब gx fx और hx के बीच में सैंडविच कर रखा है. Then limit fx x tends to a equal to L equal to limit hx x tends to a. Then limit gx, कौन सा फंक्शन आ गया बीच का, limit gx x tends to a is also L. This theorem is known as sandwich theorem. Sandwich theorem means we are compressing one function between two given function, and the limit of these extremes functions are existing, then that the limit of the middle function is also will exist and will give the same value. Now next is, what are the indeterminate forms of a function? Undefined or indeterminate form. Indeterminate forms of a function. Indeterminate forms. Indeterminate forms of a function. The forms 0 by 0. This is first form. आप 0 by 0 को काटेंगे, 0 लिखेंगे, that is not right. 0 by 0, infinity by infinity, infinity minus infinity. These all are not defined form. Infinity minus 0. Again 0 raised to the power 0. Infinity raised to the power 0 is not defined. आप power में 0 आएगा, उसको 1 नहीं ले सकते. Similarly 1 power infinity. These all are not defined form. So आप next pattern of question that we will do, if the function attains in any of this form, then you have to further simplify to get finite values. These are not defined value, that is indeterminate forms. Now how we can find limits of a function? Evaluation of limits of a function. There are a number of methods. We will do first one today. Evaluation of limits. Evaluation of limits. First one is substitution method, next is factorization method, third one is rationalization method, next one is using standard limits, and last one is algebraic limits of a identity. That is substitution, factorization, rationalization using standard limit form, or last one is using limits at infinity, using identities. Now let us start first one, that is by substitution method. The meaning is inside the word substitution method means you have to put the value in the function, and if it not attain the form, any of the indeterminate form, you can directly put the value. Substitution method. I am reading, doing the question. Example 1 is very important, simple. I am doing example 2, page number 29.17. Question is evaluate limit x tends to 2 x square minus 4 upon x plus 3. Now first method लिमिट फाइंड आउट करते, कोई भी मेथड शुरू करने से पहले सबसे पहले आप ये मेथड यूज करेंगे, उसमें सीधा पुट करके देखेंगे. अगर नॉट डिफाइंड फॉर्म या इनडिटरमिनेट फॉर्म में आएंगे देन फैक्टराइजेशन यूज कर सकते हैं या रैशनलाइजेशन एनी ऑफ द आइडेंटिटी. नाउ इफ यू पुट द वैल्यू यू विल गेट डायरेक्टली 2 square minus 4 upon 2 plus 3, that is 4 minus 0, 0 by 5, that is 0. That is, it is finite value. If it is not finite value, then you have to do any other method. Next question is example. There are two questions given. This is the basic question because substitution is the basic method of finding limit. That substitution method you have to do apply in each and every question, even though we are using any other method. And second is example 2. Question is evaluate limit x tends to 0 under root of 1 plus x plus under root of 1 minus x upon 1 plus x. जब मैं इसको रैशनलाइजेशन मेथड सिखाऊंगी आप इसको रैशनलाइज करने भी लग जाएंगे, लेकिन रैशनलाइज करने से पहले एक बार डायरेक्ट सब्स्टिट्यूट करके देखना है, या कोई भी 0 by 0 फॉर्म या इन्फिनिटी बाय इन्फिनिटी फॉर्म या इन्फिनिटी माइनस इन्फिनिटी फॉर्म इस तरह आता है, तब जाकर के आपको इसको रैशनलाइज करना है. इसमें वैल्यू पुट करेंगे अंडर रूट ऑफ 1 plus 0 plus under root of 1 minus 0. You can do directly by 1 plus 0, that is 1 plus 1, 2, 2 by 1, that is 2, that is also finite value. Next is factorization method. Factorization method, it is factorization method. In factorization method, if you are given the function in the form fx by gx, fx by gx के फॉर्म में आपको फंक्शन दे रखा है, उस पर्टिकुलर वैल्यू में कोई भी इनडिटरमिनेट फॉर्म लेंगे तब आप जा उसको फॉर्मूला यूज करके कोई भी मेथड में कोई भी फाइनाइट वैल्यू में लाएंगे, जैसे कि ए स्क्वायर माइनस बी स्क्वायर ए प्लस बी इंटू ए माइनस बी, ए क्यूब माइनस बी क्यूब ए माइनस बी इंटू ए स्क्वायर प्लस ए बी प्लस बी स्क्वायर, ए क्यूब प्लस बी क्यूब ए प्लस बी इंटू ए स्क्वायर माइनस ए बी प्लस बी स्क्वायर. Now next identity is if fa is equal to 0 for any finite value of a, then x minus a is function of fx. Similarly, a power 4 minus b power 4 is a square plus b square into a plus b into a minus b. We will do a little bit of question. Example 1, page number 29.19. I'm reading the question. Evaluate limit x tends to 2. X tends to 2. This is rational form fx by gx, x square minus 5x plus 6 upon x square minus 4. Now what I told you, सबसे पहले आप सीधा वैल्यू पुट करके देखेंगे. वैल्यू पुट करके देखिए, दिस इज 4 minus 10 plus 6, ये आपको साइड में करना है by 4 minus 1, 4. That is, this is of the form 0 by 0. That so you have to write in the right side form 0 by 0. ये लिख करके स्टार्ट करना है. ये फॉर्म लिखने के लिए आपको मार्क मिलेगा. Now you have to factorize it. जब भी रैशनल फॉर्म में दे रखा होगा आप उसको फैक्टराइज करेंगे तब आएगा. If you factorize it, you will get x minus 3 into x minus 2. By splitting middle term, you will get x plus 2 into x minus 2 using the identity a plus b, a minus b. This is getting cancelled. फिर वापस आप देखेंगे इसमें पुट करते हो तो फाइनाइट आ रहा है, इस फॉर्म में आ रहा है. वैल्यू पुट करके देखिए 2 minus 3 upon 2 plus 2, that is minus 1 by 4, that is finite value. So that limit x tends to 2, this function attained the value -1/4. तो सबसे पहले आपको सब्स्टिट्यूट करके देखना है, एनी फॉर्म 0/0 फॉर्म में आता है तब आपको फैक्टराइज करना, उसके बाद भी फॉर्म 0/0 में आता है अगेन फैक्टराइज करना है, वो भी नहीं होता है रूट फॉर्म में आया तो आपको रैशनलाइज करना या स्टैंडर्ड लिमिट यूज करना. दिस मच इज सफिशिएंट फॉर टुडेज क्लास. इफ यू एनी क्वेरीज you can ask me. Do all these questions today itself in a notebook, otherwise you will get a gap in the coming class. See you again in the next class. Thank you.